As probably most people have heard by now, Rec Room will be shutting down. It's truly sad to hear, but it's been coming for a long time. Today I'm going to talk about what made Rec Room so special, to me at least. Rec Room is a unique VR game, or at least I see it as so. There were so many games similar to Rec Room. For example, VR Chat. I remember playing VR Chat around 2018, before I found Rec Room. It did not have the same effect on me as Rec Room did. Rec Room's style is different in so many ways. If I were to give a metaphor, Rec Room, I feel, is like an iPhone, and VR Chat is like an Android.
Why y'all keep on?
Rec Room does not give you unlimited freedom to do basically whatever you want. I feel like it gives the game quality control. VR Chat basically lets you do anything. Now I'm not saying there isn't anything good on VR Chat. The freedom given lets you do so many things. But on Rec Room, it was so much more impressive to see builds made by the Maker Pen instead of some Unity port. The Maker Pen was the main creative tool through most of Rec Room's lifetime. It's very basic. You can code with it using the circuits. The shapes were pretty basic. You couldn't import 3D models for a long time. There was, and still is, a lot of stolen assets and free models on VR Chat, which Rec Room really didn't have. The tools Rec Room gave us forced us to be more creative, and I feel like it made more sense in a VR game. Now in modern Rec Room, there's just a bunch of Rec Room Studio slop.
Hi, my name's Derek. Welcome to...
Now I'm not saying great things can't be made with Rec Room Studio. My point is that the Maker Pen made Rec Room creations feel so much more personal and impressive to me. Now this is just the creative side. Let's get to...
Hi, my name is...
The Rec Room campus is easily one of the most nostalgic parts of Rec Room to me. I don't know how they made a college campus seem nostalgic to a 13-year-old kid, but Rec Room did it. The feel of the campus is pulled off so well by the creators that it still sticks with me to this day. Everyone had dorms, and you could customize them so much. Everyone had been to the rec center and messed around. Everyone played paintball, laser tag, golden trophy. You don't see that in other VR games. The Rec Room originals, while I don't believe they were the full reason Rec Room got so big, were the soul of Rec Room. As Rec Room got older, everyone knew that the game was losing its heart. The Rec Room originals just lost their art style that I and many others loved. As Rec Room pushed further into the 2020s, they shifted their focus with Rec Room originals to show off the new creative tools. They wanted to use the Maker Pen to make the Rec Room originals instead. I hated this. I love the art style from the old Rec Room originals, and the Maker Pen always made something feel off. The UGC in Rec Room originals really made the game lose soul, in my opinion. It made Rec Room originals feel like low effort Maker Pen slop. And I get that the idea was to grow the Maker Pen to be as good as the Rec Room original standards, but the truth is, it was not there yet at all. Even Showdown, a Rec Room original, still had to use heavy 3D models and skyboxes just to barely stop the Maker Pen from fucking up the art style. The good days of Rec Room for me were when everything was made by the devs and done in Unity. It felt so high quality. It felt so original to Rec Room. The art style is so great. I love it, and it will always have a place in my heart. You can see in the concept art, Rec Room's style just feels so warm and has so much love put into it. Not even the art, but the music too is masterful. I remember each and every track to this day. I could still sing them in my head. That isn't even all. The game modes were also so fun. Paintball was the first game mode that most people played in Rec Room. It's pretty easy. Shoot the people and capture the flag. It truly is a great introduction for so many people into VR. You couldn't just start with Boneworks and get like thrown in the walls and shit. The quests were my favorite game modes. Some were short and could easily be beat in 10 minutes, like Golden Trophy, and some lasted up to an hour, like Crescendo. Crescendo is easily my favorite. Hell, I even had a featured room recreating one of its levels as an infinite mode. What is it? The quests really built out the world of Rec Room. As you go around the campus, playing in a play, killing goblins, skeletons, and other stuff. I guess the campus is like infinite. What gave me the most hope for Rec Room as it got older and started to slow down was the Rec Room original I showed earlier, called Orientation. This room was beautiful. It felt like the future of Rec Room when it first released. There was no Maker Pen shit, at least in this map design. It looked so fun. It looked like a college campus. And I just love it so much. There's an alternate universe where Rec Room kept expanding the campus, and it regained its soul and everyone loved it. And we all clapped and hugged and played a desert quest and a dungeon quest that wasn't made by MakerPen, or some new laser tag maps. Maybe it still would be up today. Maybe there would be no AI in Rec Room, and maybe the player count would be higher. I guess we'll never, ever know. I've thought about this idea since 2023. The campus. So when Rec Room gave us the dev tools, basically, I decided I wanted to make the campus as my own room in Rec Room. My plan was to make an entire new campus, more game modes, all in this new modern style. There's no footage, sadly. This is all I have. Rec Room won't let me join the room anymore because it's just so old. This is the first time any of this footage or these photos have been released to the public. This was a project from many years ago. It's not being worked on anymore, but it's truly a glimpse of what could have been. Rec Room released in 2016. My first introduction to it was from Dan. His video on Rec Room and other VR videos made me want a VR headset so badly. Eventually, I went to Best Buy with my dad, and I was able to convince him to get me an Oculus Rift S. Now don't worry, I knew it was a PC headset. My brother had this PC and it worked pretty well with it, so it made sense. It was 2019, so I could have gotten the Quest that I just didn't know. I got home and set everything up. It was so amazing, experiencing VR for the first time. How far we've come. The Rift Home still makes me feel very nostalgic. I went to the Oculus store and the first game I got was Rec Room. Now let's fast forward to March of 2020, right before lockdown started. It was my birthday. I got a PS4 Slim, so I stole my brother's PSVR and tried to play Rec Room. It wouldn't let me log into my account, so I decided to create a new one. So at Scribbles was born. It was called SMJVR or something, don't worry about it. I started making my first rooms after seeing Zoro317G's Brush House Hangout Room. I used to watch those guys all the time. It was 2020, it was 6 years ago, come on. I built maps off their videos and stuff. One room I made, which Zoro made too, but I thought mine would be better, was a recreation of Hangout House from VR Chat, if you know what that is. My rooms did pretty good, and it was a lot of fun making them. I always had a lot of fun putting a lot of extra detail and everything and using circuits. Like there was this one brush room that was like GTA, and then I put like a bunch of missions into it, even though it was supposed to be like a city game, but I don't know, it was fun. After that, I wanted to do something different. Now picture me, a young ass, annoying little boy. What did I watch? Jeffy.
Danny raped me.
SML House is my largest room of all time. 1 million visits. Truly insane. It did better than dorm room PvP. That is insane to me. That was one of the first rooms I ever played on Rec Room, and it was massive. And I'm pretty sure it still is to this day. To me, it's insane how I did that as a kid, but I'm so happy I did. Making rooms on Rec Room was one of the most memorable things for me. An unforgettable part of Rec Room, though, is the time I spent with my friends. I had some of the most fun of my childhood playing with my best friends on Rec Room. These are parts of my past that I will never ever forget. Now, even as we have gotten older and have drifted apart, I still remember those times as amazing parts of my life. Without Rec Room, I would have never had the experiences I've had. I would have never made the friends I made. And millions of other lives would be so much more different if we didn't have Rec Room. So I'm forever grateful for the time I had with Rec Room. It was truly beautiful. I'm so happy I found Rec Room when I did. I'm so happy for the memories I made. I'm so happy with the rooms I've made. Thank you for everything, Rec Room.